let me just go to Shireen Bhan of CNBC TV 18 who joins us. Shireen, let's get the world view from those who follow the pink papers, the Sect A audience as you prefer to call them. Quick response from them to what their expectations are.
Well, let me just tell you this, the mood has changed as far as corporate India is concerned, Rajdeep, and perhaps they're taking heart from the fact that the railway budget moved on passenger fare hikes, and so far we haven't seen a rollback. Also, there's been importantly a cut as far as the EPFO rate is concerned. So corporate India feels that this is going to be the year that Pranab Mukherjee is going to bite the bullet. He will take care of coalition politics and coalition dharma, but he is going to bite the bullet this time around. Mr. Muthuraman, you believe it will perhaps not be a big, bold budget in terms of reforms, but he is going to move towards a credible fiscal consolidation roadmap.
No, I definitely believe that it is going to be a pro-reform budget, both in terms of fiscal consolidation and also in terms of incentives for growth. And I believe he is going to address both.
Okay.
I'll get extremely disappointed if it's going to be another populistic budget and, just on subsidies and...
He's a pragmatic politician, Pranab Mukherjee. Do you believe he's going to want to take on Mamata Banerjee's ire and wrath?
Look, Pranab Mukherjee's first priority is the country, which is the way he behaves.
Like Dinesh Trivedi's first priority was the country as well. Look where that got him.
Which is where it hasn't got him yet into trouble yet. So he's fine. Now the point I'm making is, I think Pranab Mukherjee has always stated the facts, and he has always taken on.
Okay.
He's always stated facts, and I think he'll be courageous enough to address the issues of the economy rather than the issues of vote bank.
Do you believe that Pranab Mukherjee is going to show political courage and present this budget, keeping in view that the Indian economy is in pretty bad shape at this point in time? The economic survey pegging FY13 growth at 7.6%, but by all accounts from independent agencies, economists, most people seem to believe that 7.6% is a tad too optimistic given all our domestic and internal compulsions.
I think it will be a growth-oriented budget. I definitely feel that Mr. Mukherjee realizes that growth is the main issue right now.
Is this 91-92? Are we pushed against a wall, and is this a repeat of 91-92 where if he doesn't act, we're going to go down?
To a certain extent, and I think he will act. And remember, I agree with you, 7.6 is optimistic if GST does not come in during the financial year. If GST is brought into the financial year, it will be pessimistic.
Okay.
The growth will be higher.
But Mr. Munjal, let's be real. On GST, the consultation process has gone on for over 2 years now. There's still been no breakthrough. There's politics involved. There's state governments involved. Do you actually see that he will move towards an interim roadmap for GST this time around?
The signals are that the attempt of the government is going to be to bring in some of the features of the legislations which have been stuck for a while in this budget. I don't know whether it's good or not, but the reality is they have been pending for too long.
Yeah.
And as Adi just said, these are huge kickers for growth of the economy.
Okay.
And there can be no argument really, and it's quite perplexing that
why they haven't moved. But let's talk about revenue kickers for the government, and this is what consumers are going to be watching out for. Excise duty hike, service tax hike, do you believe that that's a given? He is going to have to do that. So cars, bikes, all of that is going to be more expensive post the budget today.
On service tax, I'm reasonably certain he will expand the base, either by announcing a negative list or just expanding the base as is. On the excise, I'm not sure he will do it, because if you look at what the GST recommendations of the 12th Finance Commission were, they were not higher than the current rates. So there is actually no need for him to raise this.
But Singh cigarettes, you think that's a given? He is going to hike taxes as far as Singh goods are concerned, diesel vehicles?
I would imagine he would do this on diesel, and also on the sin tax will get raised.
Okay, will get raised. Hari Bhartiya, petrol, diesel. Petrol deregulated, at least on paper. Diesel, even the rudimentary attempts, as the economic survey pointed out, as far as diesel deregulation are concerned, have not moved. Do you believe this time around we are going to see him pruning the oil subsidy bill by announcing anything on either petrol or diesel?
Definitely. See, petrol is already aligned to market prices. On diesel, we are losing a lot as subsidy. And, the oil prices are not going to remain stable as what they are today. The chances are, if QE3 happens in US, it will further kick the oil price up. Or if Iran's situation becomes out of control, then we are going to see a very high oil price. So if we don't link it ourselves to international prices in some form for diesel, then we are going to see much larger deficit. So certainly he's going to do something.
Certainly he's going to do something on diesel. You believe that?
Definitely. Because there is an indication even in the economic survey yesterday.
Yeah.
And then people are talking about putting tax on cars.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right way to do it.
Okay.
But certainly at the consumption level, yes. We need to make
Okay,
sure.
I'm not sure whether being part of the economic survey means anything or not.
No,
If
that's
you see
true.
the last
That's
3 years
true.
economic
That's true.
surveys.
No, not why just the last 3 years. Many years of economic surveys have not found their way into the budget. But Malvinder Singh, again, what consumers are going to be watching out for very closely, things like education, healthcare. Your industry has been demanding for the longest time infrastructure status, which will at the end help consumers as well. Do you believe this is the year he will move on that?
I certainly think he will move on education, on healthcare, and be able to funnel and fuel investment and growth in those two sectors. I think it's very critical as two key social sectors for us where our economy is today.
Capital markets, investor-friendly budget, personal tax exemption limits being hiked, which has been the recommendation of the House panel as well.
Personal taxes, I think for people at a lower income level, absolutely yes. In terms of capital markets, I certainly see him being able to create a budget which will be able to get more investment into India and be able to get the capital markets from a right sentiment perspective to be able to move on.
So, final comments from the three of you: bold, pragmatic, far-reaching, reform-oriented, and reform-oriented. Mr. Godrej?
Yes, I would echo the same sentiment.
In that order: bold, pragmatic, reform-oriented.
Order
doesn't matter.
Order doesn't matter. So,
I think he has a tightrope walk right now. And to the point you made, I would say it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I don't think he's going to go all the way out and make all the big bold announcements because he is conscious of the politics of the day. And as we just said, he is a very, very smart politician.
He is
but I think he will get the important message in this time.
He will get the important message out, but he is a smart, astute politician. Pranab Mukherjee needs to balance India's economic health with coalition dharma. Will he be able to do that or not? We'll find out very, very shortly. But for now, Rajdeep, it's back to you.
When am I